Where you go, I will go. And where you die, I will die. And when we are dead, we will be on forever into eternity together. I think that Naomi didn't forget that God was still with them, and that somehow it was real enough that Ruth saw it. But there was something else she did that was amazing. It was amazing. When my family was journeying through this time of the real estate crisis that we've all been in, and we were just sad and hurting, I said one day, okay, this is like enough, because the Worsleys, like, we like to play, and we like to laugh, and we're not laughing, and we're not playing, and we gotta fix this, right? And so I said, we should learn to kayak. And like way back in my teen years, I had kayaked. I had canoed, really, a little bit of kayak, nothing fancy, just, it was fun, right? I said, I have 3 boys, I've got an adventuresome daughter, I've got this awesome husband. Let's go down to that Whitewater Center and let's learn to kayak, right? And so our first jaunt at this was Campbell and I deciding, hey, you know what? Let's give it a shot. And we got in one of those open kayak deals, and we just kind of went, because I thought, I'll remember. And it didn't go very well, okay? I'm just going to say that. So I decided, I think we need to get, oh yes, there it is. That's me in the back. That's my ever so tan leg up in the air. And I do want you to know that Campbell lived. Okay, he's on the front row over here. Because it was iffy for a little while there in the river that day. It did not go well, yeah. And so I said, maybe we need some lessons, okay? So we went down to the Whitewater Center, which is a really, really cool place. We started taking lessons, but we took the real deal, like the kind where you fasten into the kayak, which means like, okay, no turning back now, you know. And Will and Campbell and Bill and I, we all start taking lessons, and Will and Campbell got what is the deal with kayaking first. The roll is the deal, right? Like, if you roll over, which is incredibly easy to do in a kayak, right? You have to be able to snap back, right? The boys get it like that, which was totally irritating. And then Bill gets it, and then finally Mom gets it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm 44, I got my roll, right? I'm like, yeah, and we're in the calm water, and man, I'm like turning over and snapping back, turning over and snapping back. And this guy, the head, Pablo, is a Chilean instructor at the Whitewater Center. Of course his name is Pablo, right? And he goes, you're ready for the channel. And I was like, we're ready for the channel. Let's go, guys. So he takes us down the channel, right? First rapid, it was a little rocky. I mean, my leg wasn't up in the air because it was trapped in the boat, but it was a little rocky, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I was like, it's cool, I got a helmet on, right? And we get to that second rapid, and you know, Campbell, 8. Did I say 8 before? Pew! Will, choo! Bill, choo! And I get to that rapid, man, that sucker flipped me like a shade. I was upside down in the whitewater. I mean, I had no idea what planet I was on. All I saw was white water, and I was drinking it, and I couldn't breathe, and I couldn't even remember what sport I was doing. That was where I was. And I said, Lord, have mercy. And I pulled that ejection sucker, and I dragged the kayak over to the side of the river. And it weighed like 400 pounds. And Pablo came over and said, well, that didn't go very well. I wanted to take my paddle and smack him upside the head with his helmet. I said, I was about as ready for that channel as a minnow. What is wrong with you? But I didn't. I said, yeah, it didn't go well. And he said, you forgot everything you knew. Well, dude, that's why I pay you the big bucks, because you give me that kind of information. But he was right. I knew how to do it. I'd done it all these times. But I got flipped upside down, and I got in this torrent of confusion, and I forgot what I knew. I forgot what I knew. Friends, when those wounds and those searing hurts and those fears and those doubts hit us, and we have this tendency to clutch our fists and close our hearts to God and other people, we have a tendency to forget what we know as God's people. And what we know is that when we hurt like this, God has said, move towards me and trust me, and move towards each other. And our tendency is to do the opposite.